Your dog loves you. You probably already know that. But there is something most owners never discover, and it costs them years of the deepest bond they could have ever had. Here is the hard truth. Loving your dog and actually speaking your dog's love language are two completely different things. And the gap between them? Your dog feels it every single day. There are 6 specific acts of love that your dog's brain and nervous system are biologically wired to receive. Not food, not toys, not a bigger backyard. These 6 things. And by the time we reach number 6, you will understand your dog at a level that most owners never reach in a lifetime. Welcome to DogPsy. Subscribe if you want to understand the animal that chose to spend their one life with you. Let's go. 1. Making eye contact with intention, not just glancing. Think about how many times today you looked in your dog's direction without actually seeing them. You glanced. You walked past. You were physically in the same room but mentally somewhere else entirely, and your dog noticed every single time. Researchers at Azabu University in Japan discovered that when dogs and their owners share a slow, calm, mutual gaze, both experience a measurable surge in oxytocin, the same bonding hormone released between a mother and her newborn. This is not a coincidence. This is biology encoding connection directly into a look. Your dog does not need hours of your attention. They need moments of your presence. 10 seconds of real eye contact, where you are fully there, not scrolling, not distracted, just looking at them with warmth, registers in their brain as something no treat can replicate. It says, "I see you. You are real to me. You matter in this moment." And the dog who is truly seen behaves completely differently from the dog who is only managed. Stay with me, because point 2 is where most loving owners accidentally break their dog's trust without ever realizing it. 2. Sitting with them through their fear, instead of fixing it. When your dog trembles during a thunderstorm, or panics at a loud noise, what is your instinct? Most owners do one of 2 things. They over-reassure with frantic petting and high-pitched voices, or they correct the behavior and tell the dog to stop. Both responses, however well-intentioned, make things worse. A study out of the University of Helsinki found that dogs whose owners responded to fear with calm, grounded physical presence, not amplified emotion, not correction, recovered from stress events significantly faster and showed lower long-term fear reactivity than dogs whose owners either reinforced the panic or dismissed it. Your dog does not need you to fix the storm. They need you to be unbothered by it. When you sit beside them, body relaxed, breathing slow, energy steady, you become the evidence that the world is not ending. Your nervous system literally co-regulates theirs. You are not a comfort object. You are a biological anchor. The dog who learns that you stay calm through hard things learns something far more valuable than obedience. They learn that you are trustworthy when it counts. Keep watching, because point 3 is one that almost no one talks about. 3. Letting them make small decisions on walks. Your dog walks the same route, on your schedule, at your pace, turning where you turn, stopping when you decide, every single day. And they never get a single choice. We think we are giving them the gift of a walk. We are actually giving them a guided tour of a life they have no control over. Behavioral research on canine autonomy has shown that dogs given regular opportunities to make choices, even micro choices like which direction to turn or which tree to investigate, exhibit lower cortisol levels and show greater confidence and quiet, fewer anxiety-related behaviors than dogs in fully directed environments. Try this once. Leave the house with no route in mind. Let your dog lead. Follow them. Watch what they choose. You will see a different animal, head up, steps purposeful, fully alive. What you are giving them is not just a walk. You are giving them agency. And a dog who feels agency feels dignity. Dignity is not a word we use for dogs often enough. But the dog who has it shows it in everything they do. Point 4 is the one parents with children at home especially need to hear. 4. Protecting them when they cannot protect themselves. A stranger approaches and immediately reaches to pet your dog's head. Your dog flattens their ears, leans back, turns their face away. And you say, "It's okay, they're friendly." In that moment, you just told your dog that their feelings do not matter as much as a stranger's comfort, and your dog say more of them, and more pursue and personal matter. Dogs are acutely sensitive to their owner's protective behavior. Studies on social referencing in dogs show that when a dog looks to their owner during a potentially threatening interaction, they are not asking for permission. They are checking whether you will act as their advocate. The owner who steps in builds a fundamentally different quality of trust than the owner who stands back. You do not have to be rude. You just have to be clear. He needs a moment. That is enough. When you say those words, your dog is watching. And what they learn is one of the most important lessons a dog can ever learn. The person I live with will choose me, even when it is slightly uncomfortable to do so. That is not just protection, that is loyalty, demonstrated. And a dog who receives loyalty, gives loyalty back in ways that will catch you completely off guard. Point 5 is quieter than all the rest, but it may be the most important one. 5. Ending every hard moment with something soft. You corrected a behavior. You raised your voice. You had a frustrating training session that ended with both of you depleted, and then you moved on with your day. What you left behind, sitting in your dog's memory, was the emotion of that ending, unresolved, undefined, and heavier than you realized. Canine memory research indicates that dogs encode emotional experiences with strong associative weighting, meaning they remember how an interaction felt far longer than they remember what triggered it. A session that ends in frustration does not fade when you walk away. It becomes part of how your dog anticipates future interactions with you. This does not mean you avoid correction or abandon structure. It means you always close the loop. After a hard moment, pause. Find something small your dog can do well. Ask for a simple sit. Reward it. Let the emotional last frame be one of success, not tension. You are not erasing what happened. You are choosing what memory gets to stay loudest. Dogs who consistently experience soft endings to hard moments become dogs who can tolerate difficulty without shutting down, because they have learned, through repetition, that hard is not permanent. You are always on the other side of it. That is the foundation of everything. Stay for point 6, because it will change the way you see the most ordinary moment in your day. 6. Saying goodbye like it matters. Every single time you leave, you grab your keys and head out the door. Maybe you wave. Maybe you say be good. Maybe you don't say anything at all because you read somewhere that making goodbyes a big deal causes separation anxiety. So you just disappear. And your dog stands at the door or the window and watches the place where you were. The advice to ignore your dog before leaving was based on early behavioral research that has since been significantly nuanced. More recent work on canine attachment shows that a calm, brief, warm farewell, not dramatic, not prolonged, actually reduces separation distress by giving the dog a predictable emotional close to your presence, rather than an abrupt void that their nervous system has to process alone. 30 seconds. Crouch down. Touch their face. Say their name the way you say it when everything is good. Tell them you will be back. They may not understand every word, but they understand everything about how you say it. You are not feeding anxiety. You are leaving them with something to hold on to. Proof that your leaving is never the end of something. It is always just the middle. Now think back through every point in this video. The intentional gaze that said, I see you. The calm presence through fear that said, I am steady for you. The walk where you followed and said, your choices matter. The moment you stepped in for them and said, I will always choose you. The soft ending that said, hard things do not have to last. And now this, the goodbye that says, I will always come back. Every single one of these things is a sentence in a conversation your dog has been trying to have with you since the day they arrived. And now you finally speak the language. That is what love looks like in a dog's world. Not grand gestures, not expensive things. 6 quiet, consistent acts that tell your dog the same thing every single day in a language older than words. You are safe here. You are seen here. I will always come back. If this changed the way you understand your dog, share it with one person who loves their dog and deserves to hear this. Subscribe to DogPsy. We are here every week because your dog gave you their whole life, and that deserves to be understood completely.